Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for joining the Libra Brew today. We're going to jump right into it. Today is Tuesday, so I decided that we should do a little tea. Tuesday tea. How you feel about that? You like that? Got your tea here and a few little cookies, crumpets, biscuits, whatever you call it. Anyway, I'm happy to be back with you guys. Hello to all my fabulous female and male Libras. I hope you're doing well. I hope you feel well in your body, your mind, your heart, your spirit, your soul. What do I bring to you today? I'm speaking specifically to all my Libras right now. So, real briefly, the Spirit told me to let you guys know you are perfect just the way you are. Now, listen up. This doesn't mean that you're perfect in everything that you do. You're a perfect person. No one is perfect. But the divine wants you to know that you have been made perfectly. So with that being said, to all my Libras, stand strong, stand firm on your conviction, never leave your post, always be on watch, and just have an open heart. Spread kindness and kindness will come back to you. So that's all I'm going to say on the Libra tip right now. But what do I have to talk about with all of you Libras out there and all of you non-Libras out there, right? Because the platform is open to everyone. I'm just partial to Libras because I'm a Libra. I say that all the time. Real quick, housekeeping. If you're watching this and you like it, please subscribe, hit the notification button, like, comment. All of these things work in concert when we're dealing with the YouTube algorithm. I'm just, being transparent here. I'm loving what I'm doing and I'm loving the growth and the journey, but there is a method to the madness. There's a science. So if you enjoy it, if you're someone new just chiming in, share it with someone. Share it with a family member, a friend, a girlfriend, a boyfriend. Just share, and care. I love it, and I hope you like it, because I love it. Anyway, let's jump into it. What are we going to talk about today while we sipping on our tea here? That's some serious green tea, isn't it? I know. I love it. Y'all don't look at my hands. I haven't done my nails. Anyway, I'm just being silly. I feel good today. I'm feeling good. The topic that I've decided to share with you, it is kind of a serious topic. I'm going to tell you, I kind of struggle with pulling content and what we're going to talk about. There are just so many, serious things going on in the world. And I know sometimes people just want to watch and listen to things that are lighthearted and not so serious. And I get it, but I go with the flow. So I want to talk about children and video games and how their minds are being affected by video games. And also I want to discuss parents and having control, and just part of that control is saying no sometimes, saying no a lot of times. So yesterday my kids came home. They're always talking to me about what happened at school. So it's one of their students that they have class with. This particular student comes up in conversation quite often, so it's not the first time. Definitely, I'm not going to state their name for obvious reasons, but long story short, they were very upset. And what I'm about to say, I am in the process of contacting the school about it, because it could be something serious. It could not be something serious, but I don't want to take the risk, and I definitely don't want to take the risk with my children. Anyway, so they told me, Mom, we're just going to name this child, let's see, what are we going to name the child? We're going to name this child, I want to give them an androgynous name so you don't know if it's male or female. We're going to say Carrie, because Carrie could be a male or a female name, right? Boy or girl, so you just don't know. Carrie. Mom, can you believe Carrie just said randomly, I like playing Among Us because I enjoy killing people? And they both were just talking so fast, and Mom, can you believe Carrie said that? That is just like so weird. Why would you just say that randomly? So of course, I went down my list. I asked questions. I was like, well, were y'all talking about something specifically? No, Mom. What were y'all doing? Who was with y'all? Me, my brother, a couple of other kids. We were at lunch, and this just came out of Carrie's mouth. And I said, okay. And what did you boys say to Carrie? Did y'all say anything? No, me and my brother just looked at each other, and we was just like, that's just really weird. Okay, did you let a teacher know? No, we didn't. Okay, well, whenever something that seems weird to you, that's kind of like your instinct giving you a nudge. So, always go and discuss this with your teachers. So we had to have that conversation first. Don't be afraid to say something to your teachers when it comes to things of this nature. We've had the conversations before. What do you do if you know a student is in the school and has a gun, or has talked about bringing a gun to school? Any of these type of, evil type of behavior. And I call it evil because that's what it is. I'm not saying that the child is evil, because children are children, and they learn and pick up things from what they've been taught and what they've been seeing in their home, and then they bring it out into the population. Evil behavior. So we had to have that conversation again. But okay, bear with me here. We're going to go all the way back to what the boys are telling me what was said. I like playing Among Us. So let's just stop right there. That's me putting on the brakes, right? The game Among Us. I realize that this generation that's coming up is extremely stimulated by video games. Am I against video games? No, I'm not, because my generation, we did the whole, I know that it's ancient and it's retro, but I know that our parents were annoyed with us with Atari, Nintendo. We did the whole video game, but the nature of the video games have definitely changed from then to now. Y'all know that. We was doing Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, Super Mario, you know, one of my favorites was Cloud Master. I love that game. It was on Sega Genesis. So, you know, all the old school retro stuff, I'm cool with. I'm safe with that. But this stuff now, the bang bang, shoot 'em up, blood splatter, I don't have to go into it because y'all know about it. Y'all heard about it. You got kids. The kids are playing it. Listen, I'm about to be on my soapbox because I'm so for real about it. It's a few things I want to, you know, put out there. And again, like I always say, this is my Libra opinion. I am not a therapist. I am not a counselor. I don't have a degree in any of this. Everything that I'm discussing with you guys is strictly based off of observation, trial and error, and just living my little la-di-da life, right? To the adults that have children, you gotta say no, man. And not just say no. You gotta be okay with saying no. You can't say yes to your children with every video game they want. And why do I say this? Because I've practiced this in my own home. My kids, they have a PlayStation, but I'm on it like a hornet, meaning I monitor what they're playing. Have they played certain games that I didn't really particularly care for? Yes, they have. And after some thought, I've gone right to them and been like, hey, you know what? We're going to uninstall this game because I don't like the nature of it. So one game that I did that with was Fortnite. Before I realized what Fortnite was all about, you know, and they were much younger then than what they are now. You know, they was all into, oh my God, you know, Fortnite. But then I started realizing their whole demeanor and behavior started to take a very ugly turn. They were literally angry all the time, edgy, moody. Even when they weren't playing the game, they were mentally still in the game. So they're not physically on the game, but their mind was still in Fortnite. So immediately when I made the connection and realized you two didn't start wilding out on me until you started playing this Fortnite game that unfortunately I told you could play so you could play with your other friends that are inside the game too. I made an executive decision and I pulled the plug on Fortnite. And you know what? I don't feel bad about it, not even a little bit. They had withdrawal. They had severe withdrawal. But I told them, these are the signs of somebody that has an addiction. Addictions can come in different form, even with video games. Y'all are too young for this. You don't know how to handle it. Your mind is not mature enough. You're mad at me right now, but I guarantee you, you're going to thank me many years later when you have your children, and you're going to make the connection because you're going to go through some of the same thing with your child, and then you're going to reflect back on this situation, and you're going to be like, oh, I understand now why my mom pulled the plug on Fortnite, because my child is doing the same thing with this stupid little game right here that I don't like. So we went through all of that. You gotta say no to your kids. Among Us, that was another game that I pulled the plug on. This is the game that the student, quote unquote, Carrie, was saying that they love to play because they love to kill people. I wasn't aware about that game until I sat down and watched it. I was like, nope, that's not the game for you. Well, Mom, what can we play? You can play anything that don't have a bang bang shoot 'em up. They're out there, you just gotta find them. You can play anything that doesn't have blood splattering. You can play anything that doesn't require an AK-47 or a Glock or a 357, a rifle, a shot, whatever. You can you can find all the retro games. I don't care, but I don't want to see the blood. I don't want to see the body laying down on the ground. We're not doing that. I'm not paying for it. You're not paying for it out of your money. I don't care if you have a little savings account. It's money that you got from me that I gave to you to save. And I say no. And that's just the way that it's going to have to go. And we do bump heads about this. But you know what, guys? I don't care. Because somebody got to have some sense in the matter. When it comes to children, you gotta teach them that it's okay not to do what the herd is doing. You gotta teach them that it's okay not to follow the herd. Because a lot of times the herd is going to fall right off the cliff. And if you're following the herd, where do you think you're going? You're going to fall off the cliff too. So you gotta be able to be strong enough to pull them back in, and you got to be able to be strong enough and solid enough within yourself to just say no and to stand firm on that no. You can't say no and go back and be like, oh yeah, I think you can get it now. Okay, you haven't played it for 3 weeks. No, no means no. You're not going to play it at all. And move on with your business. Let me tell you something. We had a situation with PlayStation last year sometime. And, you know how the kids do. They're playing on the game. And they're also live streaming their friends through another app. Like it might be Duo, FaceTime, whatever. And it's like a party. So they were playing the game. They started trash talking each other. In the process of them trash talking each other while in the game, my 2 boys started arguing amongst themselves and got into a fight. And the fight led into them punching a hole in my wall. Y'all. So I said, not no, but hells to the no. We're not doing this. This is not where we come from. We don't do this kind of behavior. So what did Mama do? I snatched it all out the plug. PlayStation, give it to me all. Give me the controller. And it went away in the closet, and they didn't play the game for probably close to 3 months. And I told them, you got other stuff that you can do. God dog it, pick up a book. You got a lot of them that I've invested in. Read a book. If you read it already, read it again. Get your markers, your crayons. You got tablets, you got paper, you have paint. It's like, Hobby Lobby in my house. They have everything to create. Start creating. And that's what they did. Eventually their minds got off the game and they were mad about it, but they got over it. So even now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. They do play the game. They do play PlayStation. I'm not going to lie. But we've made changes. They cannot play the game Monday through Thursday. That's completely out. I've always done that though, because it's school. Your mind don't need to be on that. And so when they do play the game, they are monitored on their time. I tell them, there's so much other stuff that you can do. We're in the area of a fabulous park. Go play at the park, go ride your bike, do something else. As parents, you have to be firm on this, because if you're not, then you're creating a situation that's gonna go wrong at some point in time. And let me explain this also. I know that as a I'm saying as a single parent because I'm a single parent. I don't know what it's like in a two-parent household, right? So like I always tell you guys, I talk only with what I know. However, when their father was alive, we did the co-parent thing, and we were on the same page when it came to this stuff. He never bucked me with stuff like this, and vice versa. We was always on the same page with, discipline and, the rights and the wrongs. When they're playing the game, I realize that this is something that every child seems to be doing, and they want to have inclusion. Inclusion is fine to a degree. As a single parent, you may even be using the game to keep them quiet so you can get some peace of mind and do what you need to do. But I want you to know the reality of it. You will not have any peace of mind if they're playing the games that are teaching them bad, evil behavior. Let me repeat myself. You will not have a peaceful mind if you are allowing them to play the games that will give them bad behavior. Children's brains are still developing. They cannot separate reality from not. If their whole entire world is about Among Us and Fortnite, what do you think they're going to end up doing and or becoming when they go out into the regular populous society? I mean, it's just an observation, y'all. If you are that parent and you're listening to this, I encourage you to make some changes. If you're using the game because it keeps them quiet, it keeps them quiet in that moment. But are they going to be disruptive in society later on down the line? And are you going to be that parent that's going to be sitting up on the news talking about, oh my God, my baby, what happened? I'm going to tell you what happened. You allowed your child to play Fortnite at 8, 7, 6, 9, 10 years, whatever. And, this is what happened. A lot of these games are promoted to children, but the truth of the matter is their minds are not developed well enough to handle the type of games that are being promoted. Heck, the adults, a lot of them are not mature enough to handle the games that are being promoted. But that's another video. This has been Tea Time Tuesday. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I could go on and on about the subject matter. Maybe I'll do a second video on it. Maybe I'll do a video on the update about what has happened to Carrie. I don't know yet. We'll just see how the Spirit is going to guide me. But in all sincerity, check your children with these games. If you don't know what they're playing, take a look at it. Go through their list. have everything connected under your email. Don't let them have something on their own where you can't monitor it. I know what they're doing because I can tap in basically at any given time. And even when they don't realize it and they'll come to me, like I might tell them, what is this? Oh, Mom, how did you know about that? Don't worry about how I know. You know, what is it? Another real quick thing I want to tell you too about being firm and saying no and being okay with not following the herd. So I got my kids a phone and they was like, Mom, we want a phone. We want a phone. We want a phone. Okay. I didn't come up in that era where we had cell phones before we were even teenagers. I don't know nothing about that. But I do know the time is different. I do know that the phone can be a security measure for kids who may not be with their parents all the time and they need to know where they are. I get all that. I totally get it. Which is why, you know, I've had some situations where I needed them to be independent on their own. I wasn't able to be with them, but I needed to communicate with them. So, you know, I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and get them a phone. But let me tell you what. You should have seen the look on their faces when I handed them that 2003 flip phone. Did I get them a iPhone, an Android? No, ma'am, I did not. I went right there to Boost Mobile. Woo-hoo! Shout out to Boost, and got them a old school flip phone. All you need to do is call me and or text me. That's it. That's the purpose of the phone. You don't need any more devices. You have a game. You have your tablet. They have devices. Why would I add another device to their brain? And that's how I felt about it. Will they upgrade eventually? Sure they will. But they'll only do it when I feel like they can handle it. They don't need that. If you don't need it, if they don't need it, don't get it for them. Who cares about what everybody else is doing? You have to say no to these children, and you have to be okay with saying no. All right, this has been the Libra Brew. I am out. I've enjoyed talking to you guys today, as I do every day. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, subscribe, like, comment, and share. I'll see you again. Peace.